Hello, friends. Welcome to Book Reading with Sammy. Today I'm so excited because we have a very special guest. Please welcome Claribel A. Ortega, the amazing author of the Witchling series. Her books are filled with magic, adventure, and a whole lot of heart. And I know so many of you love those books. We are going to chat about her new book, The Scepter of Memories, her podcasting adventure, and maybe even find out what she likes to do when she's not busy creating magical worlds. Claribel, thank you so much for being with us today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Claribel, we have a lot of questions for you. We will start with the first one. So, what inspired you to create this magical world of the witchlings?
Sure. So the Witchling series was really inspired by the question, what would happen if the sorting hat put you nowhere? My parents are from Dominican Republic. Spanish is my first language. And growing up, I kind of never felt like I was Dominican enough or American enough. I felt somewhere in the middle. And so I wanted to write a magical adventure about the unchosen ones who have to save the world anyway. So that's the basic premise of where it came from.
That's so amazing, and thank you for doing it. The books are so amazing.
Thank you.
How do you balance the fun adventures with the deeper themes of friendship, identity, and belongings in your book?
I definitely it's a challenge to do, and I think what I try to do is incorporate a lot of humor and whimsy. The whimsy coming in the form of world building and some of the cute and fun animals that are part of the narrative to sort of like lighten the mood, and also just humor and jokes to help
Mhm.
balance a little bit of those heavier moments. If I'm writing and I'm feeling overwhelmed, I know it's time for a little bit of a break in the narrative as well.
That's very clever. Uh, without giving away spoilers, what can readers look forward to the next Witchling universe?
Sure. So the fourth book of the series, Scepter of Memories, just came out a few days ago, and it sees the witchlings leaving the 12 towns for the very first time to find the famed Scepter of Memories in order to save their home. They travel west through the Enchanted Grim, the place where all of the monsters of their world come from, and they go to a brand new city called Jor. That was very exciting to write. They're faced with new challenges, new truths about themselves and their world, and they're also dealing with something called the changing times, which is this world's version of puberty. So that was very fun for me to write.
That's awesome. Are you exploring stories outside of Witchlings, maybe like a completely different genre or format?
Yeah, so I do have a graphic novel that I'm working on. I wrote the first draft of it. It's called 30 Ways to Kill Your Avatar. It is inspired by the Sims video game, which I'm a huge fan of that franchise. And it's about a girl who gets sucked into a video game where the point is to kill your character in all the 30 available ways there are to die. And when she gets sucked in the game, her brother starts playing and killing her over and over again without realizing that she's in the game. So it's quite gruesome. It's a little different from my other books, but it's also very funny. And it talks about a lot of heavier topics like grief, financial, medical debt. But it's also about like the joy of video games and the escape that it can offer us, and sort of the reflection of our own lives when we play these games.
That's awesome. Can't wait to read that book.
Thank you very much. It's with the same illustrator who worked on Frizzy with me, Rose Busamra. So I'm really excited for us
That,
to work together
that's
again.
great. Do you have like a dream project, whether it's books, TV, or any other medium that you would love to take one day?
Yeah, I mean, I think that all of the things that I've worked on have been my dream projects. I've loved every single one of them. I do have another series in the works that has been something that I've been working on for a very long time. I can't tell you the details quite yet, but we'll be announcing it before the end of the year, hopefully.
That's great. Can't wait. What's the best or the funniest reaction you have received from a reader about the Witchlings?
Oh gosh, so many. I have so many really dedicated, so many funny readers. I like to say, I don't know if Witchlings made them this way or they're just like the Witchlings and that's how they found the books. But so many of my readers remind me of sort of like the precocious and funny nature of the Witchlings themselves. And there are many funny stories, but I would say that my latest favorite one is Seven turns into a rat for one chapter in one book, and they have started to write fan fiction or ship her with Cheese the raccoon as a couple. Rat Seven specifically, which is something that I would have never in a million years thought of, but leave it to my readers to think of hysterical things like that.
So you also co-host a podcast, the Bad Author Book Club, with Ryan Lasala. What made you dive into the celebrity authored books?
Sure. So we were bored during the pandemic, as so many people were. We were looking for ways to sort of connect with each other each week over Zoom. And I came across a YouTube video of someone talking about the book Model Land by Tyra Banks. And it sounded so bad that it was good. And I was like, I want to read this. And I said, but it would be really fun to read it with Ryan and to bring people along on the journey with us. So the whole idea is reading sort of the wackiest fiction that we can find from celebrities, from Tyra Banks to the Jenner sisters. And it's been really fun. I personally love watching bad movies, reading bad books. I think it's really fun. And it's fun to inspect sort of what makes a book bad and what makes it good, and sort of what are the things that worked in the books and what are the things that I would have done differently or Ryan would have done differently and how we would have executed it. So it's kind of part like entertainment, part craft podcast, to be quite honest, but you're doing it through a different way, not the usual sort of craft advice, but through reading these celebrity books and learning from them.
That's great. Do you see podcasting as another creative outlet, and how does it compare to writing books?
Absolutely. I've always been a very sort of like audiovisual inclined person, which is really helpful for me as an author in this day and age. A lot of the things we do are, technology based. So it is another creative outlet for me. And I am hoping in the future to even do, fictional podcasts and do storytelling that way. I think that would be really fun to do.
When you're not writing or podcasting, what are some of your favorite ways to recharge?
I love to read. I have a big bookcase behind me of some of my favorite books. I also love to play video games. And I also love watching K-dramas. Those are some of my favorite shows to watch.
Do your hobbies or daily routines outside of writing ever spark story ideas?
Absolutely. I think everything sparks a story idea for me. I think there's part of my brain that's always working on story, whether it be from video games or media that I'm consuming or just my everyday life. I tell authors it's important to go out and live because that's where you kind of grab inspiration from.
That's awesome. If you weren't an author, what other path could you see yourself pursuing?
So I think speaking of like audiovisual stuff, I would love to edit videos somehow, maybe like trailers, making like CGI, anything that has to do with like video editing. I think I probably would have loved to do that as another career in another life.
If you could invite one of your characters to dinner, who would it be and why?
So one of my favorite characters from the Witchling series is Edgar Allan Toad,
Mhm.
Seven's Toad friend, who is kind of mean to her, but so funny. I would love to. I mean, how often do you get to have dinner with an animal? So it would definitely be Edgar Allan Toad, with the caveat that I could understand him when he speaks to me, and that I don't have to eat any of his favorite snack, which is spicy flies.
Clarabelle, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been such a treat to hear about your books, your podcast, and everything in between. But for everyone watching, don't forget to check out her newest book in the Witchling series, Scepter of Memories, and you don't want to miss it. Thanks again, Clarabelle. And
Thank
thank you for
you.
watching. See you next time. Thanks.